Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Robert's Sports Show. I'm your host, Robert. 2016 WWE Money in the Bank pay-per-view coming to you live on the WWE Network this Sunday. Really, is it really called a pay-per-view with the network? Isn't this network special? You'd think they would rename it. I mean, it's a little different now. We'll call it Network Special. WWE Money in the Bank Network Special. First match, we have pre-show match. We have Dolph Ziggler versus Baron Corbin for the third network special in a row. Payback, Dolph won. Extreme Rules, Baron Corbin won with the kick in the ding ding, or the low blow, or the uppercut in the ding ding. So on Raw, Corbin won 2 matches, and on SmackDown, Dolph won the match. Why we have Dolph Ziggler jobbing for Baron Corbin, I have no idea. Dolph Ziggler should be in the Money in the Bank ladder match. Maybe add somebody and put him in there. Make 7. That would work. He'd be fit perfect in there. Former World Heavyweight Champion. Former Money in the Bank winner. Why not? I got Dolph winning it. I'm tired of seeing him. Dolph as a jobber. He's more talented than that. He should be in the world title picture. The other pre-show match, we have Apollo Crews versus Sheamus. Again, Apollo Crews should be in the Money in the Bank ladder match. Let's add Dolph, let's add Apollo Crews, let's make it 8. Why not? Works for me. Apollo Crews, very talented wrestler, one of my favorites right now. In NXT, he was 75-12. In WWE, he's 14-1. So his only loss was Chris Jericho. So, I mean, very talented. Former NXT member who kind of brought to the main roster and has done absolutely nothing. Now he's kind of feuding with Sheamus. I don't know. I think he could be a very talented main event guy down the line. First match on the card, we have the 17 Money in the Bank ladder match for the Money in the Bank briefcase, which almost guarantees you a WWE World Heavyweight title. Out of the previous 16 Money in the Bank ladder matches, 14 have went on to win World Heavyweight title. The only 2 not to is Damian Sandow, who actually lost to cash in to John Cena. As AJ said, anybody who loses to John Cena gets buried. But that's what happened to Damian Sandow. And then John Cena himself, he got DQ'd when he cashed in Money in the Bank in. The 6 participants, which we keep seeing on matches on Raw and SmackDown, we have Kevin Owens in his first, Sami Zayn in his first, Alberto Del Rio in his second. He won his first when he was in a few years ago. Dean Ambrose in his third, Cesaro in his second, and Chris Jericho in his 5th. Chris Jericho is the creator of the Money in the Bank ladder match, a match he has never won. Of the 16 previous winners, 9 of them won it in their very first Money in the Bank match, which in this case is Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. 2 of them won it in their second Money in the Bank ladder match, which is Alberto Del Rio, which he's also one of the 9 to win it in his first. And 5 people won it when they were in their third Money in the Bank ladder match, which would be the Lunatic Friends, Dean Ambrose. Jericho, as he kept talking on Raw 2 weeks ago, and he's like, I won the first one. No, I won the 6th one. He was in the 1st, the 4th, the 8th, the 12th, and now the 17th. I can make a case for 4 out of these 6 guys. There's no reason for Del Rio to win. There's no reason for Del Rio to be a 2-time Money in the Bank winner. With the new era guys and where it seems like they're going with the main event picture, Del Rio's not in it. Del Rio needs to be feuding with Rusev for the U.S. title, or feuding with Miz for the IC title. He needs to be in that era. Jericho just needs to do what Jericho does. He doesn't need to be world champion. He needs to go out there, put matches on against AJ Styles, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, Dean Ambrose, Cesaro, kind of help build those guys up. Kevin Owens is the WWE World Heavyweight Champion. I'm speechless. One of the top guys in WWE. I've watched this man since 2009 in Ring of Honor. Just epicness is all he is. His promo skills, holy crap. His ability in the ring. Just the way his promos would be if he held that Money in the Bank briefcase. for any period of time. And can you imagine him holding it for a year? And the promo would come. Whew. We have the underdog from the underground, Sami Zayn. WWE World Heavyweight Champion Sami Zayn. I could see that. I could just, the crowd's behind him. He can be a better version of what John Cena has been for the last decade. Dean Ambrose, obviously Shield member, the only Shield member not to be World Heavyweight Champion. Seth Rollins returning later in the show. Dean Ambrose maybe. I could see him winning it, creating a triple threat for the Shield, which they've wanted to do for a long time. Cesaro, definitely, he's getting a big push now. The Cesaro section will go crazy if he wins. I'm gonna just the way I think WWE is going right now is I think Dean Ambrose will win it. I think he will cash in during the Roman Reigns Seth Rollins match, just as Seth Rollins did at WrestleMania 31. I think he'll end up pinning Roman Reigns, his buddy, for the title, and let Seth Rollins kind of be like, well, what the hell, I got screwed, kind of like Roman Reigns did, kind of got screwed at WrestleMania. Or it's going to be something where there's a winner of that match that doesn't cash in. I actually think he'll cash in during the match just like Seth Rollins did. So I got Dean Ambrose winning the Money in the Bank. Next we have the WWE United States title line. We have Champion Rusev versus Titus O'Neil. This is Titus O'Neil's second ever singles match on a network, WWE Network special. His last one and only was in February of 2014, Fastlane. He faced Darren Young. Which I'm getting sick of seeing those damn promos. Let's make Darren Young great again. Darren Young was never great. Just saying. Next we have a women's tag team match. We have women's champion Charlotte and Dana Brooke versus Natalya and Becky Lynch. Why? Huh? What? You got a fatal 4-way. I mean, come on, really? A tag match? No women's title on the line? Let's just pad Charlotte's reign as women's champion. I got Natalya and Becky Lynch. I got the face winning this. Next, we have another fatal 4-way this year. Really? We had a fatal 4-way at Mania. Now we have a fatal 4-way here. We had a ladder match at Mania. And now, I mean, come on. Wasn't there a ladder match at Mania? That was 2 years. What? No. Yeah. Anyway. My brain doesn't always work. Fatal 4-way for the WWE Tag Team titles. We have the champions, The New Day, 297-day reign versus the Club, 3-time IWGP Tag Team Champions versus Enzo and Big Cass versus the Von Villains, 61-day title run as NXT Champions. The Club won 3 IWGP World Tag Team Championships together. They held the first ones for a year, 365 days. They won it at Wrestle Kingdom 8 and lost them at Wrestle Kingdom 9. Their next run was 53 days, and then their last run was 183 days, and that only ended because they signed with WWE. Now, Carl Anderson and the Giant Bernard, Prince Albert WWE, everybody knows who he is? They held the IWGP tag titles for 564 days. So Carl Anderson is nothing new to being a tag team champion. The New Day actually won the tag titles during a fatal 4-way match. So how ironic would it be for them to lose the titles during a fatal 4-way match? Which I have them doing. I have the only team never to be tag team champions, Enzo Amore and Big Cass, because you know what, Enzo Amore, he's a certified G and a bona fide stud, and you can't teach that. And Big Cass, 7 foot tall, and you can't teach that. So, and you ask Big Cass to describe these other teams in the match, and he'll tell you, and he'll spell it for you, SAWFT. Soft. So I have Enzo and Cass, the new WWE Tag Team Champions. Next, we have the match. Took a decade to happen. You have the former face of TNA Wrestling for more than a decade, phenomenal AJ Styles versus the face of WWE for the past decade, John Cena. This is John Cena's first match this year. He was out with injury. John Cena debuted November of 1999, while the phenomenal AJ Styles debuted September of 1999. As we all know, John Cena debuted with Ohio Valley Wrestling, the minor league affiliate, whatever you want to call it, the developmental league for WWE, while AJ Styles was on WCW Thunder. He was on WWF Jacked. He went on to with the NWA, went to TNA, went to PWG, went to New Japan, Ring of Honor. He wrestled all these indie circuits while John Cena was on the big show, WWE. As John Cena pointed out in the promo when he mentioned PWG, Ring of Honor, New Japan, he left out TNA. Purposely, accidentally, who knows? Let's do the tale of the tape between these two legends of wrestling. John Cena, 15-time WWE World Heavyweight Champion. The phenomenal AJ Styles, 17 world titles throughout the Indies between NWA, TNA, PWG, the famous IWGP World Champion. John Cena, 5-time United States Champion. AJ Styles, a 6-time TNA X Division Champion. John Cena, 4-time Tag Team Champion. AJ Styles, a 7-time Tag Team Champion. John Cena won the Money in the Bank 2012, won the Royal Rumble twice, 08 and 2013. The phenomenal AJ Styles, the first ever TNA Grand Slam winner. Ring of Honor Pure Champion. PWG Champion. TNA, NWA. John Cena had a 5-star match 5 years ago in Chicago, Money in the Bank, versus CM Punk. AJ Styles had a 5-star match, 2005 Unbreakable main event for the TNA X Division Champion, the Samoan Submission Machine Samoa Joe, Fallen Angel with Christopher Daniels, and the phenomenal one AJ Styles. Any of you WWE fans have never seen this match, look it up on YouTube. It is worth watching. Anything with Samoa Joe, AJ Styles, Christopher Daniels, worth watching. Obviously, when Joe, NXT champion right now, when he does move to the main roster, either for the brand split or down the line, they're going to throw AJ and Joe together doing WWE. I want to see that match at WrestleMania. No other place. I've seen it in TNA. I want to see it in WWE at WrestleMania. As we've seen on Raw, the contract signing, John Cena had 2 contracts. John Cena versus AJ Styles and the club. John Cena versus AJ Styles. AJ signed the one with John Cena versus AJ. The club will not be at ringside. Here's what I think will happen. I think the club will add a 4th member. Finn Balor, former NXT champion, former IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion, former leader of the Bullet Club in New Japan Pro Wrestling. I think he will be joining the club. I think somewhere along the line, Anderson and Gallows will come out. They will cost AJ the match earlier than DQ, and AJ will be out of the club, and Finn Balor will be leading the Bulletproof Balor Club with Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows. I'm just saying, because it makes no sense. This shirt that Finn Balor's been wearing in NXT that says Bulletproof Balor Club, Bullet Club, the club, doesn't make any sense. AJ, if Balor's in it, AJ has to be the leader. Finn Balor's not bigger than AJ Styles. And which I think this will lead to a disqualification here, and or something weird happening, which will lead to Battleground, which is July 9th or July whatever it is, 23rd, 24th, whatever. It's the Sunday after it's the Sunday after SmackDown goes live on Tuesday nights. So I think the draft will be the 17th or the 11th, I believe, or 10th, whatever that Monday before is. And then they'll have SmackDown Live on the 19th. Battleground is the following Sunday. One of the rumors I'm seeing is AJ Styles versus John Cena for the SmackDown World Title. Because obviously with the brand split, they'll have two world titles, two Divas titles, two tag titles probably, US on one show, IC on the other. So I think it'll lead to that with AJ finally winning the world title. I would hope he takes off SmackDown Live as the world champion. So I got this match actually in that, some type of screwy finish, DQ, quick roll up. Not a clear cut win, just somehow getting Balor involved with the club and the club getting involved. So John Cena by disqualification, AJ by DQ, something like that. Main event, we have the WWE World Heavyweight title line. We have champion, three-time World Heavyweight champion Roman Reigns versus this guy, Seth Rollins. First match of the year, returning from a devastating knee injury. He would be out 9 months. He's back in 6. He's the man, or 7, whatever it's been now. Roman Reigns' 3 title runs. The first one lasted 5 minutes and 15 seconds. Second one lasted 41 days. The third one, 73 days and counting. Seth Rollins, his first match since November 4th. As he says, he's still the champion. He never lost the title. The title was taken from him. So technically, he's never lost the title. He's been world champion 444 days and counting. 10 days longer than CM Punk. Last year at Money in the Bank, he beat Dean Ambrose in a ladder match. Wait, Dino was in a ladder match in this show too, for the Money in the Bank briefcase. Interesting. Very, very interesting. One thing very, very, very intriguing to me is Roman Reigns is the poster for Money in the Bank is Roman Reigns holding the world title and the Money in the Bank briefcase. Makes no sense. Unless whoever cashes in loses. Or somehow he is the 7th member of the Money in the Bank ladder match and wins. So he ensures not to lose his title. Don't know how that would go down, but I have actually wrote down Seth winning this. I have Seth winning this unless during the match Dean Ambrose cashes in the Money in the Bank briefcase and wins the title. We thought a year ago Dean won it because if I remember correctly, they both came down with the belt and Rollins fell at the ladder with the belt. So it was kind of a funky finish, but yet Rollins still won. So that will wrap up the 2016 WWE Money in the Bank preview. Stay tuned to Robert Sports Show after the show for a quick review. Hopefully. Either after the show or maybe I'll do a Raw Money in the Bank review together on Tuesday. We'll just see how tired I am after the show. I'm going to go hopefully watch it with the Pulse Boys in the Pulse Dungeon. Like I do all the shows for the most part. Actually, it's the first show since Rumble I've watched with the Pulse Boys. So, yeah, it'd be good to get back to everybody and watching that. So, that will wrap up the 2016 Money in the Bank preview. Thanks for watching the Robert Sports Show. Have a spiffy night. Don't have an American night. Don't have a good night. Have an American